Kim Adele's dad. Okay, Kim Adele's dad. She is an NFL wife, sweetheart of a lady. Her dad, she wants to know, she misses him. He died about a year ago. She wants to know what happens. Let's see how she put it. Um, uh, okay. I was wondering if you could ask him about my dad, Dick Marshall. Today is his birthday, and I'm missing him much. He died 11/10/17, so this was a couple weeks ago. Was his birthday? 1 month after being diagnosed with cancer. We were lucky to have him that month to care for him. I said everything I wanted to say. I told him that I could not imagine life without him, without having him to talk to. He told me to keep talking to him, that he would be listening. I haven't felt his presence strongly. He does let me know he is around occasionally, but I'm longing for a deeper connection with him. Do you have any ideas? Um, he- and hey, Marshawn, I have a question that you can ask Griffen. How do our loved ones view unresolved issues or conflicts? I have so many with my dad, and I'm angry too. How do I handle that?
We're going to hear from a few people.
Okay.
So Mr. Marshall is here.
Okay.
Griffen's going to take the last question.
Okay.
My eye's doing that really weird thing where it itches.
Uh-oh. Sorry. Do you wear contacts, Jamie?
No, I don't like to touch eyeballs.
I have to wear contacts, and they drive me nuts right now because it's windy. They just stick to your eyes.
Griffen says the way that spirit view conflict, we're going to take the majority, so 95% more, like 95%.
Uh-huh.
Spirit that transition over into their appropriate dimensional plane. We're not talking
Right.
about those that cross over and stay in the third dimensional plane. We call those kind of ghosts.
Okay.
They don't know where they are.
Mhm.
Griffen says that when they cross over, they have this sense of everything is okay because they've gone through their life review and they're highly aware of how they contributed to the conflict, contributed to the chaos, and contributed to the anger, or how
Mhm.
they didn't. So for them, they had that work. They were presented with that trauma or that issue, and they've most likely, 95% of it, have come through on the other side. Even he says we can take extreme cases of, let's say, a father who's passed away, and let's say he abused his children or even sexually molested as well.
Mhm. Okay.
He says, I'm trying to think of something just totally horrible. I
Right.
think you found it.
Right.
Marshall's back there going, that's not my story.
Yeah.
So don't relate the two.
So this is Griffen talking right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think
And
this applies to a lot of people, so go ahead and cover it broadly. We know that's not your
yeah.
story, Dick Marshall. Okay, go ahead.
And he says that they go through that work.
Okay.
They elevate themselves, they change their vibrational connection. So even though when they were alive, they created such horrors and they couldn't see their right from their wrong or how
Mhm.
to, you know, create harmony, when they get to the other side and they go through the life review and they go through the process of accepting themselves and seeing what they left behind, how horrific or whatever it is, they begin to accept it. Griffin says healing happens when acceptance is introduced. He goes, think about it on our side. We don't really have the good and the bad and the right and the wrong, and we're not placing judgment on things. So when we're observing it, we're really observing it from the most neutral place possible, which is where all, he leans back and he's like, all healing begins when you are neutral and observing and you create the acceptance. Seeing it anymore the same way that you are. And now, unfortunately, the people who are left behind,
Mhm.
they're looking at it and saying, ugh, now he's up there and I'm left with this story and I'm carrying it and I'm still a victim and I never heard an I'm sorry. So where am I going to go with this?
Mhm. Mhm.
You think on earth that there's no way to resolve conflict or issues? Griffin says not true. You don't need an I'm sorry from someone. You don't need a, hey, here's the key, here's the permission for you to heal. You can just do it. Go and do it. You accept what has happened. You accept that you had a role in it, even if you don't want to claim it. You accept you had a role in it. And through that process, you can start to let it go. But them on the other side, 95% of the time, has already done the work. So when you're reconnecting with them, they're showing up with a, here is the man or woman I always wanted to be. This is my authentic self. This is my true essence. I'm not playing that role of the abuser, of the lover, of the hater, of whatever it was, so that you
Mhm.
could learn that lesson or be a part of that story. I
Mhm.
am now a true version of myself.
Mhm. Mhm. So with all that being
Mar-
said, Dick, what do you want to say to your daughter?
Marshall was just stepping in and he says that the biggest forgiveness he had to do is with himself for not being able to recognize what his daughter needed, the attention and the help and the care. He said, for me, I wasn't able to attach to those, and it was gasoline on a fire. He's saying he made it so much more worse
Mhm.
than what it could have been if we would have communicated.
Yeah.
He is apologetic,
Her
and
husband's
he says, "I am
extremely
sorry."
sick with CTE.
Marshall says that there's not going to be a turnaround there.
No. No.
He says that he sits with her daughter a lot. The reason he's not giving bigger signs is that sometimes when she taps into his energy, all the pain, suffering, kind of comes back. All the like, I don't mean pain and suffering like major abuse or anything like
Mhm.
that, but just kind of these feelings of like, ugh, that too is left unresolved. Like, ugh, that too is something else on my shoulders. And ugh, that too didn't go the way I wanted it to.
Right.
He considers that to be the suffering. So he says when he sits with her, he tries to pull his energy away from her so he can be with her and she can be herself. And he's not triggering her to think about those things that she feels she cannot resolve. He said, if I could, he said, I would go and I would take them from her. I would take them off her shoulders. I would take them out of her heart.
I love you for that. That is the sweetest thing to say. And I understand what you're saying about backing down your energy. It's like having a conversation with somebody over and over and over about the same thing. You feel like by going in so strong, you're just bringing up memories that she doesn't want to remember. And you're trying to let her come to that acceptance or peace, bring peace to her and pray that she comes to peace in her own time about it, maybe.
He agrees.
How I take your message. Yeah.
Griffin. He's shaking his head.
Yeah. Yeah. When she gets there, you guys will resolve all that. So you've worked through that.
He says that's true. Upon her arrival, she'll have to look at everything through her own lens,
Right.
and then we'll have time to hold it together.
Right.
Griffin
Well,
jumps in. He goes, it's crazy most of the time. That's not even necessary. You heal it in
wow.
your life review. He heals it in his life review. You get together. You're like, oh my God, water off my back, under the bridge. Let's keep going.
Wow. It really is an all accepting place.
It is. He
Yeah.
did say oh my God, like a girl. I just
Yeah.
went,
I would say something, but it's not politically correct, so I can't make my jokes. Okay. No, 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 no. Okay. So, okay. Thank you for coming. And I will get that message to her. Come anytime.
he said, thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, Chris O'Mara wants to know about her mother, Patricia Lee Anthony O'Mara, if she has a message for her dad. So I guess that would be her husband, would be Chris's dad, Patricia Lee Anthony O'Mara.
All right, we're looking for Patricia, right?
Yes. Just want to know if she has a message, I guess for anybody, but she says her dad. But I don't think it's her dad. I think she means like me asking my mom, "Do you have a message for dad?" Yeah.
I know she's here. I just can't get her to talk in my head.
Okay.
You know, you have that feeling of like they're
We're moving
here.
on. If she wants to talk, she got to jump in.
Mm.
Okay, we'll get to her. Okay, so Leah Nichols. Um,
Griffin, hardball. You're
I know.
playing hardball.
I know. Does it remind you of anybody? I can't even make that joke. Okay, Lee Nichols. Okay, so thank you. Thank you for offering to ask Jamie a question for me. I really, really appreciate it. I most want to know if my daughter, her name is Bobby Askew or Barbara, as she
Yes.
prefers to be called, actually knows how much I think about her and miss her. Does she see me cry often
Yes.
when I'm talking to her?
All the
Also,
time. Here's you.
she passed unexpectedly in her sleep. The autopsy report said she over medicated. We knew she had been feeling depressed and physically worn down, but we don't know if she meant to take too many pills
No, no,
or if
no,
it
no,
was
no.
an accident.
No, 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 no. She didn't mean to take that many pills. Her heart stopped beating.
Okay. Miss
Are you,
Nichols, I trust her. That happened to me. It can happen so fast you don't even realize it.
she really did not mean to go.
Yeah, I believe
And
her.
because
100. Because
you
she's peeping at
canceled,
her mom. Huh?
oh, poor thing. Because you didn't give the woman enough time to respond before. As soon
Right.
as you said her name, it was just she's immediately standing behind me. She's like,
Yeah.
"Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
Yes, I hear you
We're
all the
letting them
time.
know how it's run here today.
I'm with you." She is delightful and she is bubbly. I know she
Oh,
says
her
that
mom
she
is
had
so
her ups and
sweet.
downs,
Uh,
but she said this is so much better for me. I wish I just could have had that when I was alive because I could feel it and I knew it existed because I just couldn't connect to people and especially connect to people emotionally. That was a
uh-huh,
little weird.
uh-huh.
Um, and she says, I'm so sorry that I couldn't pull it together. There was a lot of things that I just couldn't do. It was just, you're not physically handicapped, but she goes, the way that I felt, it was just like I didn't have enough energy in my body to even move my physical body. So in many ways, I was handicapped. It was just energetically handicapped.
Girl, girl, high five wherever you are.
That was
Beautiful
great.
girl. I know you're feeling, and I
High
call it
five in the camera.
paralyzation from depression, and I have it too. And I know what it feels like. I don't like to compare pains and say I walked in your shoes because I didn't, because that's taking away from what you're saying. But I feel you and I understand you. And this is why mental issues need to be broken wide open. It's not fair. It's not fair to everyone to live like this. And it's happening more and more to people. And I don't know if it's chemicals in the food that are on the shelves or in the air or what, but I'm seeing it in so many young people. So many young people. Depression, anxiety, can't get up, can't function, can't get motivated, can't I mean, I never heard of anxiety when I was a kid. You hear it from kids. Can't sleep, can't. It's in something, Jamie. I don't know what, but it needs to be blown wide open because there's a lot of people suffering.
She's very cute. She squeezed my bun. Like I could feel like a heavy thick breeze in your hair just in the spot, which is
I'm
not
la-
right.
yeah, I'm laughing because she let you do that, but that's a boundary of Jamie's.
Yes, I
Doesn't
don't
like
like to
to
be
be touched.
touched.
I know.
It was just like a boop boop, like, oh, look how cute your hair is. So
Right,
I didn't know if that wasn't, you know, explains her personality a little bit, but
right. That's so
she's
cute.
thanking you for everything that you do. She loves your son Griffin. She thinks he's amazing.
Hey, I think he's pretty awesome myself, but I did make him and all. Kathy Savard Ostander wants to know if wants no just to give Dylan Barr, one of my mom's little kids up there, sweetheart, a happy birthday shout out. His birthday is on the 24th. Just happy birthday, and she loves you.
Message received. I hear very loud to my left. It's it's my birthday.
It's my birthday. It's my birthday.
That's very
Okay,
First of all, that was really sweet to acknowledge his birth.
right?
He loves that. He still loves the attention.
Well, Dylan, I mean, happy birthday to you and all, but it's really about your mama, right? Just saying. He did
And
all the work.
others.
Yeah, is right. But happy birthday, kid. How are you
Oh,
doing? You're not even there a year yet. So are you adjusting?
it gets easier and easier.
Is Griff
Yes.
nice or is he a punk to you?
He's nice.
Good, because I will smack up on him.
He's laughing because that's the first thing you're going to do to your son when you see him.
Yeah, I am. I am. No, I'm probably gonna cry so hard. Do you cry up there? I don't know. Tears of joy and relief and wow, I made it. Yeah. I don't
Dylan
know.
says, I haven't, but I know people who can.
Yeah.
But Griffin jumps in. He goes, it's pretty difficult to get to the point of being sad enough you cry because the vibrations here just don't let you go there.
I think I'll cry in relief that it's all true and that I got there and I made it and I get to see my son and see everyone that all the beautiful souls like you, Dylan, that I've gotten to meet through this, and Christopher, and I've met so many beautiful people that I feel like I know more dead people now than I know the alive people. Sorry.
It's true.
Yeah,
I'm
I
with
mean,
you
when
on
I
that one.
overdosed, I heard a lot of people. I heard Griff mainly, but it sounded like an auditorium. Yeah.
Griffin says it would be cool to talk about one day where not only when you die do you come here, but you have access to other places as well.
Okay.
Other, what do you want to call
Dimensions.
it? He said dimensions, but in my head it looks like other places to live, like other locations.
Will you do you still live here as your home base, Griff?
Home base, yes.
Yeah. It's just wherever your soul feels most comfortable, right?
Yeah, yeah. Explain that. He said that it's not just the basis of wherever you feel more comfortable because you have other incarnations of yourself that will be comfortable in different places.
Okay.
It's like, how do you want me to explain? Oh my God. Okay, that was clear. Uh, hey, who here has watched Harry Potter?
Oh, that was Griff's favorite. And you
Are
read
you
all the
serious?
books. All the books. He was an avid reader. It was shocking. I'm sorry, Griff, no offense. Because he hated school.
The
I think it was
scene
just boring for him, yeah.
in the bathroom with Myrtle, moaning Myrtle.
I've
There
never been
is
called that.
there's sinks where like the water comes through the ceiling and there's faucets all in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the main one and all the water is coming in there and then you can turn on all the faucets or just a few or make them trickle or turn them all off.
Uh-huh.
And all of the faucets are your incarnations to different lives, other lives. And then as the water is coming in, that's higher consciousness, that's your true essence, true self. Let's say this faucet feels comfortable on Earth, but the next faucet feels more comfortable on Orion's belt. And this faucet is more of a, I don't know, Sirius 5 or whatever these planets are called. He's making
Mm-hmm.
jokes.
Mm-hmm.
But we can turn down the other faucets. So our consciousness can be linked to different places at one time,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
still feeding back into the center part. So when you say, I reside here, like my Earth lives, of course they're comfortable here,
Mm-hmm.
most of them.
Mm-hmm.
Play coy with me. And if you um, But there are a few incarnations of mine, he says, that are comfortable elsewhere. But I don't zip them up and make them come stay with me right now. Like, even though I'm in the beyond, I am still a slice of my whole presenting from the whole to the people I love on earth.
Right. I feel you. I feel you. I'm the best mom you've ever had, though, right?
Hands down.
Thank you. Because that wouldn't have gone well.